So yeah, we are back. It has been probably like well over a week. Last time we started the third episode, like we got to we got the incident. We didn't get to see it, but we got to read the conversation. Someone definitely died. That was the most apparent thing, and there was a guy there who was like, "Oh, I can use this to pit it on somebody," or something, something like that. No, we want to load. Here. Man, I thought you meant IRL. No, 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 no. I did not witness somebody get murdered IRL. Oh gosh. We're back to this. Like we probably give like a better summary. Right, we didn't get to see it. We got to read the incident, but what was happening, like at least in the present that we can see, was that the town got sealed off by the guards. Something happened, and since we can't leave, we got a hotel room. Hence why we're sleeping in Oranax. So I'm pretty sure what this is called. Okay. Of course not. It's 10 years old in this flashback, clearly. You're gonna keep fighting them. It's quiet, your question barely comes out of a whisper. Gotta keep fighting the nobility. The truth will prevail, but only one person. Can't do this alone anymore. Only one who will fight against them. Gonna give up then. My mother's death truly pointless. I'd be like you. What? Said you can't do this alone anymore, right? So teach me how to be a defense attorney. Help you fight them together. It'll in 10 years you can fight them together. As a child, I can't just more please. I don't have anything left. Please just take me away from here. I leave. The warmth of the final message that your mother left for you. It's the last comforting memory you'll have of her. Memory you'll never experience again. Startled awake. There was a weird sound effect. Fusion, because it was all a dream. When you trouble falling asleep, but your slumber was less than restful. A while since you remembered that day. All the more reason to leave the city as soon as possible. He does really want to go. Good? Swiftly staring out of the window, watching the rain. Whips towards you when you realize you're awake. Okay, what's wrong? Like, what? In a sharing, be best not to pry. My nosy ass would be prying. Do you know if the city is still under lockdown? Haven't checked yet. I was waiting for you to wake up. Oh, I guess it was supposed to be like thunder. That's what that sound effect was. Outside and check city gates. The blockade still hasn't disappeared. Max's been fortified with even more knights. Can't leave yet. Been double down on the guards. What's going on here? Oh, it's Tudor. Spot Rika in the distance as she calls out to you. Sees you, she breaks out into a full sprint towards you. Exhausted. Were you in the rain? It's terrible. This accident at the Arcane refinery last night. One of my friends who worked there fell into a vat of chemicals. It's dead. Okay, so that's what we read. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Nothing I can do. Lord Van Sanctus is blaming the Dracogen Trading Company, trying to charge the owner with criminal negligence. Lord of the region, Van Sanctus would have a lot of leverage in a legal battle like this. But using the accident as an opportunity to oust Dracogen from his territory. You're a lawyer, aren't you? Can you help them? I don't think I can. What? But I specialize in homicide cases. Crazy that we're addressing the fact of specialization. But most of my clients are mages who've been charged with murder. Never even tried a case like this before. There isn't any magic involved, and there's no killer. Don't worry. I'm sure the Dracogen Company knows plenty of qualified attorneys who can help. Just sure about that. Think about it. Lord from one of the Four Pillar families is pressing those charges. Do you honestly think anyone else will try to fight them on this? He has a point. There aren't many attorneys who will go against the nobility under any circumstances. The only ones who will do that are you and Miss Timora. Alright, see what I can do. Really? But please don't get your hopes up. I have very little information to work with right now. To be perfectly honest, I'm really out of my element. Okay? I'm sure that Mr. Dracogen will take any help he can get. Oh, I mean I assume he's the owner. Yeah. You should be at the old Arcane refinery right now. The accident too. Probably best to start your investigation there. Away from the shop for too long, so I can't come with you. Drop by the cafe if there's anything I can do to help. Follows Rika's directions and move through the city's industrial district. Reminds you of your childhood, back when you couldn't control the Eye of Horus. I always avoided this part of the city. It was always covered with an overwhelming fog of misery and fatigue, I imagine. However, I feel less of that now. Does you have more control over your powers, or has something else changed? Alright, we're here. Arrive at the refinery and see that there aren't many people around. The people you do see appear to be from the City Watch. Operations must have been halted after the accident. Wow, so this is an Arcane refinery. I always saw this place as a child, but never really understood what they do here. Those machines refine the arcane crystals that are used in artificery. These crystals are used as a power source for conducting magical energy. Right, so like in the first case, in the tavern, there was artificery lights on the wall, and they couldn't really afford to power them. We're on the spot an especially frustrated individual. Oh yeah, you're on the cover of episode 3. He seems to stand out from the knights and cleaning staff. He be the guildmaster Rika spoke of. Takes notice of you as you head further into the refinery. There, the attorney that Ms. Tudor spoke about that. Hey, I'm a ticket. The guildmaster. Stephanic Dracogen, pleased to make your acquaintance. I think I saw you 70 years old? Crushing it with the beard, man. Really appreciate you lending your aid in this matter. And yeah, no arcane art. I even told Rika this, but I've never tried a civil case before. I need to learn more about what happened before I can decide whether or not I can represent you. Honestly, not sure how much help I can be. Well, there isn't a single attorney in RNX that will represent me, so I'll accept whatever help I can get. Yeah. All the attorneys are too afraid to stand against Lord Von Sanctus. Where should we start, though? The case is probably different from the homicides that we're used to. Homicide or not, the case revolves around a wrongful death. Yeah. If I did represent Dragogen, I would need to prove that he wasn't at fault for the accident. So you still need to investigate it like it was kind of a homicide. Do that. Start by finding out exactly how and why the accident occurred. To also question the witnesses who saw the victim when it happened. It wouldn't hurt to take a look at the scene of the accident either. Master would have a lot of knowledge about the refinery's operations. Questioning him would also give you some insight into what happened. Doc. Accident. Sergeant, can you tell us exactly what happened? Helping out during the work rush yesterday evening, one of my employees fell from the walkway into a vat of magical chemicals. Right. That was contained extremely volatile and destructive evocation magic. Because of that, he unfortunately died before we could have pulled him out. Well, this sounds like an unfortunate accident. Why is Lord Von Sanctus blaming you for what happened? There were guardrails on the walkways to prevent people from falling. Yeah, I figured. Supposedly, those guardrails broke apart when that employee tried to lean against it. According to Lord Von Sanctus, the accident was the direct result of my negligence to maintain the refinery. My employees have taken great care to inspect and maintain the facilities. I have no idea how this happened. Choose, this could all be slip service. The only way to know for sure is to inspect the walkway yourself. Fair. Who's the victim? If yours, tell us more about them. I had them just a few months ago. Shame what happened to him. A young man named Justin Way. A good employee. A hard worker, but he was a bit rough around the edges when he first started. Working for me, I heard that he's always spent his time with the local delinquents. His tutor practically begged me to hire him. Told me that she wanted to turn his life around. Does sound like something Rika would do. She always had a habit of getting involved in her friend's personal business. Help Justin's add to your notes. Right. You look like Justin's. It helps when you have something to give you some structure and direction. So I decided to give the boy a chance by hiring him. He's clearly a hard worker. He did well to earn his keep. Good story. Always followed the rules, too. So, I have no idea why he was up in that walkway. Wasn't supposed to be on that walkway? Well then, why was he there? Earlier you mentioned that Justin wasn't supposed to be on the walkway. What did you mean by that? Well, Justin worked in an entirely different department. He's part of a team that managed packaging and freight. Okay, then yeah, it doesn't really make much sense why he's up there. He had no business being inside the refinery, much less the upper walkway. Strange to say, at least. He's the type of person to wander around places that he's not supposed to. No, like I said before, he always followed my rules. It all just makes this whole situation that much more confusing. There was witnesses. Tell me about them. Was there anyone around when the accident occurred? Did anyone see Justin fall? Any employees here at the time? Only a handful of witnesses who actually saw Justin fall from the walkway. What are these witnesses? If I remember correctly, Miss Tudor was the one who saw him fall. Rika was there when it happened? Yes, she witnessed the accident alongside the harbor master. Morrison. Oh, you're acquainted. News to me, I was not aware that we were acquainted with him. Morrison was close friends with your mother when you were a child. Got it. After you left Oranax, you went on your way to contact with everyone from your past. What were all these people doing here in the first place? Because the cafe owner and Morrison is a harbor master. I'm a little concerned about that myself. Still unsure about Miss Tudor. The harbor master was accompanied by a nobleman of some sort. Nobleman? Not privy to the specifics, but apparently that nobleman had the legal authority to go wherever he wanted to. That sounds like Von Sanctus. I want to ask Morrison more about that, but if it was Von Sanctus, I think we'd know. But it will be awkward to speak with him after all these years. Okay. If we can go up to the walkway. Doesn't look very well maintained. I'm gonna admit. That doesn't look... Yeah, for magical traces. Magical elements in this case. But I suppose that it wouldn't hurt to check. Right.
Arcanum.
That's normal. This doesn't seem right. So, like... Traces of evocation magic on the chemicals in these vats. Right. Makes sense. School of Magic spells that create and disperse energy. Chemicals probably induce some sort of magical reaction to create arcane crystals. Right, but what about this? The music cut. What's wrong? There are traces of transmutation all over the guardrails. Nation. See those traces anywhere else on the walkway? No. It's only this area. Yeah. School of Magic that changes the properties of physical objects. Strengthen and repair objects. Have the transmutation spell affect a guardrail. Someone used the spell to change the physical properties of the guardrails. Judging by the current state of the rails, we can only conclude one thing. The rest... weakened the structural integrity walkway. Oh. Spell. What? What did this transmutation spell do to the guardrails before Justin fell? Spell weakened. Recovered. Oh. Wrong one. Right. Someone used the transmutation spell to weaken the guardrails. Afterwards, the guardrails were so weak that Justin accidentally broke them. And only these guardrails were weakened. The sabotage rails are right next to the vat of corrosive chemicals too. What was the intention of weakening the guardrails? There's clear intention behind the actions of this unknown mage. No matter what happened, the intention can only be one thing. The unknown mage wanted someone to fall? Look at that. Whoever sabotaged the guardrail wanted someone to fall into the vat. Why else would they only target these specific guardrails? Why? Who would do this? You can feel your fist clenching tightly. The screen just zoomed. And it's like slightly more red. Someone committed murder using magic here. Whoever did this had the gall to try to cover it up. Tyrion? Forgive whoever did this. Do with them and feel a fraction of the misery that your mother... Okay, buddy. Relax a bit. Tyrion, what? You okay? Right. Sorry. Anyways, if it weren't for you to detect magic, everyone would have written this off as an accident. Magical traces are only detectable for 48 hours after a mage casts a spell. That means that whoever cast the transmutation spell did so recently. Right. We're not in the best headspace. Apparently. Yeah, because there's only like those two things to look at. We can head back down to the floor and we can tell Dracogen? She notified Dracogen about the traces of transmutation that she found. Perhaps you should wait until you obtain more information first. After all, knowing about a potential saboteur might unnecessarily stress him out. Even more so if you don't have more information. Okay. You said it, not me. So we need the Harbor Master and we need to get Rika. Also, this is like not the music I would use for this. You arrive at the harbor in search of Morrison, the harbor master. However, you notice a large concentration of knights in the shipping area. Notably, the Arcane Inquisition is among them. Hawk Commander White and Prosecutor Steelwind coordinating the knights there. What are those two are doing here? The Knights of the Blockade said they were investigating something. Must be magic involved if the Inquisition is here. This has anything to do with what happened to Justin? Probably not. Didn't see any Inquisition Knights at the refinery. Yeah, they don't even know that a spell was cast there. Must just be a coincidence. Probably right. Kind of curious what the Inquisition is investigating. Nothing to do with our case. It'd be best to leave them to their business. Alright. Oi, you there. You look like a Morrison. You'd best clear out. Knights have closed the harbor. Like what? It's like a metal eye patch? What? I'll admit, I'm a little confused. Like that's... Hold on. Morrison? Huh? Do I know you? Noah Morrison. Wait, Cuthbert? Is that you? He's 64. But, hi. I heard from little, Costa Rica, you were back in town. What can I do for you? I heard that you were at the refinery yesterday. From what we heard, you witnessed the accident. I wanted to ask you some questions about what you saw. Oh, right. Sarika mentioned that you're an attorney now. What? I just hope you're still not hung up over that business with your mother. I think we are. Sorry. I guess it's none of my business. Anyways, I'll tell you what I know. What'd you see? Yakujin told us that you witnessed the accident. Aye. A horrible thing what happened. No one deserved what happened to that poor lad. Tell us what you saw. Well, I was showing a patron around town. For some reason, he really wanted to take a look at the refinery. Something about checking out the local art of fishery. You must be an artificer, yeah. Anyways, he was looking at the machinery. Suddenly, Costa Rica came running towards us, trying to tell us something, but the damn machines were too loud for us to hear. For a while, she just pointed at the walkway, and we saw the horrible sight. We saw someone fall into the vats. When we get them to stop the machines, it was too late. That's just what you know so far. What was Rika even doing there? She should have still been running the cafe at the time of the accident. That patron who was visiting the factory, did they also witness the accident? Yeah, who's the patron? Could you tell us how Justin fell off of the walkway? Because the guardrail broke under his weight? Yeah, he did. But it was a little strange. The guardrail was made out of metal, yeah? The way it broke, you'd have thought it was made out of cardboard. Barely leaned on it, and it just broke apart. Even a poorly maintained guardrail shouldn't have broken that easily. Someone really used transmutation magic to sabotage it. If so, that possibility could clear Jakujin's name. But presenting the possibility of a magical crime might just complicate things. Patron. You mentioned that you were escorting a patron when the accident happened. Who was he? You witnessed the accident too? Aye. He was right there with me when Rika was trying to get our attention. It'd be hard to miss it with the commotion she was making. Who he was, said his name was Aster. Aster. Don't know anyone by that name. That name sounds familiar. What his surname was? No. That was really secretive with his last name for some reason. A recognizable name. You know, noble from a well-known house. There's like 2 other noble houses that we haven't... Nope, there's only one other house that we haven't interacted with. Steelwind is Steelwind. Freyga was in the last case. And in this case we have Von Sanctus. The blockade. Why were you escorting this Aster in the first place? Did you have to manage the harbor? Well, you can't really manage anything because of them. Just as towards the Inquisition Knights crowding the pier. They blocked all sea travel out of the city till this mess is sorted out. I have a lot of knights investigating the harbor. Do you know what they're looking for? Well, you didn't hear this from me. According to them, Aster's ship just up and vanished in the dead of night. Vanished? As in someone hijacked it? That's the thing. The guards would have noticed if someone had driven off with the ship, especially one of that size. What I heard, one of the guards could have sworn that they saw it vanish in a flash of light. Yeah, it sounds magic. Something created by a spell. What kind of ship was it? You know how big it was? Inside of it, it was probably a galleon. A spell of that skill would have to be pretty powerful to affect a ship of that size. The fuck is Aster? Who this Aster person is? Must be high profile if they're calling in the King's Guard and the Inquisition for. Okay, well I'm stupid. If they're King's Guard, he's probably Prince or King. Or Princess, possibly. Over a missing ship. Spent some time with him. Am I correct, Morrison? Did he tell you where he was staying? Am I right? Staying at the local inn near the town square. Wait, tavern that we were staying at. He's this high profile. Why is he staying at an inn for commoners? No idea. He's an eccentric one for sure. Whoever he is, he also witnessed the accident. He'll definitely want to speak with him. If he's a noble, there's a chance that he's the mage that sabotages the guardrail. Yeah. We go back. We need to speak to Rika. Drive at the cafe and see that the restaurant is packed with customers. You don't see Rika anywhere, though. Must be preoccupied. Perhaps you should check in when the restaurant is less busy. Okay. We go to the tavern. Morrison said that Aster is staying in one of the rooms at this tavern. But which room is it? Or just check each room? No, we're not doing that. That might irritate the patrons, though. And if Aster doesn't want to be found, we might learn him if we annoy too many people. So you're right. Family owns a tavern, right? You had to put a VIP somewhere. Which room would you choose? I guess we're probably the one at the end of the hallway. That's the one I use at my family's tavern. Alright. According to Celeste's intuition, the innkeeper would have probably given the Aster this room. You approach the door and firmly knock it. Well, knock on it. Hello? Someone does come answer the door, but they only open the door a fraction of the way. The crack of the door is less than an inch wide. You can't get a good look at the person's face. I'm terribly sorry, but if your business isn't urgent, I'd like to be left alone. Sorry if I'm intruding, but are you Aster? My name is Tyrion Cuthbert. I'm the defense attorney of Stephanic Dracogen. What I've heard, you witnessed the accident at the refinery yesterday. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions about what you saw. Look at this guy. Though you're probably not that important, considering you don't have eyes. Upon hearing your name, the man fully opens the door, and you're finally able to get a good look at him. He looks royalty. Definitely stands out from the other patrons of the inn. Must be the wealthy patron that you're looking for. Tyrion Cuthbert, the protege of the infamous Ruby Timor. Okay, he knows us. I do. I know you very well. I'm your biggest fan. Okay. So that's clown shoes music ensues. He has eyes. He's important. Never mind. What? I can't believe it. The infamous Tyrion Cuthbert is standing right in front of my tavern room. What? I've heard all about your feats, Mr. Cuthbert. Successfully indicted the head of House Pierce. You didn't think twice about confronting a member of House Freyga. And you even defeated Lord Von Sanctus in the chess tournament yesterday. I'm so lost right now. You must be Celeste McCoy, Union's first client, and the Crimson Demon of what the fuck? Find out about that name. The Crimson what? Don't ask. Anyways, if you are Aster, does that mean that you witnessed the accident with the Harbor Master yesterday? Yes, I did. Going to interrogate me about what I saw. Kinda reminds me of Maggie Bird a little bit. I'll answer whatever questions you have. Never met a witness that has been this eager to cooperate. But hopefully, this means that he won't hide any details about what he saw. Let's talk. You look royal as hell. Clearly you know who I am, but I'm still unsure of who you are, Aster. My apologies. But I prefer to keep my full identity hidden for your royalty. He's within his right to do so. Can't help but feel a little suspicious. In any case, what is your business in Oranax? I was accompanying a ship transporting goods to Lord Von Sanctus. Same ship that was magically stolen? Surprised you found out about that. Weird. Kingsguard have been trying their best to keep that information hidden. I suppose I shouldn't expect anything less from you, Mr. Cuthbert. Flattery will get him nowhere. What was on that ship? It'd be pretty valuable to be worth stealing. I doubt that there was anything on that ship worth drawing the ire of the entire kingdom. The truth is, why would stealing it draw the entire ire of the kingdom? Is it because it's yours and your royalty? The truth is, during the time that my ship was stolen, I was supposed to be on it, yeah. I see. The theft of the ship might have actually been in an attempt to kidnap you. That's my current theory, anyway. Wouldn't make sense otherwise. Seems awfully calm about this. Accident. According to Morrison, you were also in the refinery that night. Did you witness the moment the victim fell into the vat? I did. Could you tell us exactly what you saw? Every detail you can remember could be important. Well, it all began when I was visiting the refinery with the harbor master. I was inspecting the refinery's machines when a girl frantically ran towards us. She was hysterical. It looked like she was trying to tell us something. But we couldn't hear her over the noise of the machines. When she realized that we couldn't hear her, she simply pointed at the walkway. That's when we saw Justin Way fall off of it and into the vat. This next question is very important. Did you see the victim break the guardrail by leaning on it? Yes. He broke the guardrail before he fell. Yeah, but his testimony matches exactly with what Morrison saw. But now, hearing it a second time, there's an inconsistency. He was leaning on it. And maybe fuck it, I'll say it anyway. So, she was like frantically trying to get their attention and looking at the guardrail, but he was just leaning on it when she was... Nothing was happening yet. It was only after they turned around did they see him fall off. So I'm a little... like... What? The way he fell was very strange, though. Strange? What can you mean by that? He fell. The way the victim fell was strange. You feel like the guardrail broke too easily? Why yes. How did you know? It matches with the statement that the harbor master gave us. Don't want to reveal the traces of transmutation that you found on the walkway. At least not yet. But yes, the guardrail broke the moment that Justin leaned on it. And his body was extremely limp when falling too. Limp? Only when falling from a great height, one would flail their arms. Yes? Yeah. But when I saw him falling, he wasn't moving at all. Wasn't moving? You see the expression on his face? He might have been unconscious. Right, I couldn't see anything on his face. Much too dark to make out his features. Wait, you didn't actually see his face? How did you know it was actually him that fell in? Well, who else could it have? Okay, well that's gonna come up. No one else has been reported missing. They also found the remnants of Justin's body in the vat. Yeah, but it's definitely him that fell in, but at what point did he fall in? Was it really then, at that moment? True, you don't have much reason to believe that Justin might still be alive. Are you a mage? There are traces of transmutation magic at the crime scene. It appears that Aster is quite a high-profile individual. He's probably a mage, and aside from Rika, he's probably the only other mage at the refinery that night. If you ask him outright, might be able to see something incriminating through the eye of Horus. Aster, we'll respect your privacy if you don't want to tell us who you are. But could you at least answer one question for me? I make no promises, but I'll do my best to tell you what I can. Are you a mage? Oh, is that all? Yes, I am a mage. I'm quite the practiced one at that. See, let's cast Detect Magic to look at the scene of the accident. We found traces of transmutation magic at the crime scene. Namely on the guardrails that Justin fell through. What? Here it is. I can't believe it. Okay, buddy. What? I'll also take this one. There we go. Are you telling me that a mage used transmutation magic to weaken the rails? It's a conspiracy. Yeah, he is a Ultra fanboy. Wait, does that mean this was actually a murder made to look like an accident? Like something out of the reports I read about him. You don't see anything incriminating, and you can see his thoughts clearly. His feelings of happiness are a bit off-putting, though. He asked me if I was a mage. Does that mean I'm a potential suspect? It's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. It's the first time you met someone that's happy to be suspected of murder. Sorry, it's not right of me to get excited about something this serious. Just think less of me now. It's like something right out of a mystery novel. Truth. Not the reaction that you were expecting. Nevertheless, it doesn't look like there are any incriminating thoughts in his mind. And the emotions that he was emanating were all positive. There wasn't a drop of fear in there. What does this mean? Either way, looks like you found out everything you can from Aster. You should move somewhere else. Thank you, game. Maybe the cafe? Ah, it's the Chuni herself. Tyrion, you're back. Did you talk to Mr. Jakujen? I did. I'm still not sure what to make of him just yet. But after what I've seen today, I don't think I can turn a blind eye to what's happening. There are traces of transmutation magic on the guardrails. Regardless of their motives, someone sabotaged those rails with the intent of harming an employee at the refinery. If this truly was a murder, you have to find out who did this and why. I'll represent him in court for the criminal case. Thanks. It really means a lot to me. And this guy can definitely pay us. He's the owner of a trading company. He can, in fact, pay us. On that note, you were at the refinery when the accident occurred. Am I correct? Yes, I was. What were you doing there? Oh god, we gotta argue with her. The psychological profile showed up like a health bar. By the way, why were you at the refinery that day? Didn't you have to work at the cafe? I was making a food delivery to Justin. Wait, you were delivering food to the victim? Yeah. He never had time to make his own dinner. So, I always delivered his dinner during his evening break. That night, I couldn't find him in the freight area, so I went looking for him in the refinery building. So, the accident happened while you were delivering his food. Fair enough. Makes sense. Justin's behavior. Did you talk to Justin at all before the accident? I did. When I finally found him in the refinery building, he seemed busy. He told me to leave his food in the break room. Busy? According to Jackogen, he should have never been in the refinery building in the first place, yeah. Did he say what he was busy with? Said that he had a meeting scheduled with Mr. Jackogen. Can't be true, though. Jackogen didn't mention anything about this, yeah. Unless... What did you see? We've gotten a few witnesses' accounts already, but I just want to double check. What did you see during the accident? Sorry. I'm sure that it was a disturbing sight. Do you need to take a moment? No. It's okay. It happened after Justin told me to leave his food in the break room. My first time inside the refinery, so I spent some time looking at all of the machines. That's when I suddenly heard a strange sound from the walkway. When I looked to see what it was, I saw Justin fall from there. I tried to find someone to help him, but no one could hear me because of how loud the machines were. Before I finally got them to understand what happened, it was already too late. Did you see the guardrail break when Justin fell off the walkway? More specifically, did it break from Justin's weight? I'm honestly not sure. I was too busy trying to find help. Again, with this, like, the order of things. She saw him fall and then tried to get the attention. But everyone else is like... She tried to get our attention and then we looked and then we saw him fall. Like, that feels weird. I hope that's not just like a writing issue. Okay. You have matching witness accounts from Master Morrison. They saw the guardrail break. Rika also confirmed that would have been helpful. But you suppose Aster and Morrison's statements will have to suffice. Rika's account of what happened is a lot less detailed than Aster and Morrison's. She did see Justin before the accident. Still have no idea why Justin was on that walkway in the first place. According to Rika, he said that he had a meeting scheduled with Jackogen. This doesn't match with what Jackogen told you. Either Justin or Jackogen must be lying in that case. I met Jackogen already, but you still have no idea what kind of person Justin was. Perhaps Rika can tell you more. Tell me, do we have... Hold on. Oh yeah, we're not gonna get like a picture. Oh, this is Van Sanctus. We're not gonna get a picture of Wei, are we? Justin Wei. Could you tell us more about the victim? What kind of person was he? He was a good person. Fell in with a bad crowd a few years ago, but he was starting to turn his life around. I saw how much he was trying to change, so I asked Mr. Jackogen to give him a job. I really wanted to help him change his life for the better. This job just ended up killing... Oh, sorry. Poor girl. Can't blame yourself for this. No one could have known that this would happen. I guess you're right. It's hard not to think about, though. He's the type of person to go to places that he wasn't supposed to be. No, not anymore. Not anymore. He really wanted to make a good impression on Mr. Jackogen. He always talked about following the rules. He even got mad at me a few times I accidentally broke Jackogen's protocols. Right. Matches up with what Jackogen said. Maybe he was falling back into his old habits. Perhaps Rika can tell you more about what he was like before he turned his life around. Justin's bad crowd. You mentioned that Justin fell in with a bad crowd before. I've also heard that he used to hang out with a band of local delinquents. Did he tell us more about them? What's up? Are you afraid? Rika, this information will help us with our investigation. I need to speak with other people who knew him. You know where I can find his delinquent friends? I'm sorry, I really didn't know him that well. Just keep quiet, it might make him mad. Rika, hiding something from me. What? Of course not. Would the Dark Lord of Oranax possibly have died from you? Yeah, she's definitely hiding something. You'll need to argue against her if you want the truth. Alright. We have not built up the full profile yet, though. Hold on now. Show her badge. Speak about such things would be beneath me. In other words, she has nothing to say about that. The blockade? Terribly sorry for what happened to Justin. Doing okay? Yeah, it's difficult to think about sometimes. You always hear about these things happening. You never expect them to happen to people you know. But have no fear. It will take more than this to bring down the High Archmagi. She's reverted back to her Chuny personality. Aha! Gotcha. Now, argue with me. Mosarika Tudor appears to be hiding something from you. She clearly knows about the bad crowd that Justin fell in with. It's hiding who they are, and where you can find them. You need to convince her to share that information with you. An argument? Yes. Rika, you know about Justin's friends, don't you? Just be honest with me. Also, let's check your profile. Perform questionable acts to protect the people she cares about. She has your best interests at heart and will always act in a way that she thinks is beneficial for your well-being. She isn't very good at deception. She will often refer to her dramatic Chuny personality when trying to hide the truth from you. Yeah. I'm not hiding anything. I really don't know that much about him. Bringing lunch to the guy, well, dinner to the guy. I don't think you were probably close to him. And you set him up with a new job. I may have delivered his food, but he was just a customer to me. Oh. I might have believed that you delivered his food because he was a good customer. But that wasn't all you did for him. You saw that he was trying to turn his life around. And you begged Dracogen to set him up with a job. You wouldn't do that for a customer you barely knew. But, well, that still proves nothing. Most we could do I watch part of the Cadium Flame. This is so hard to believe that it took pity on a stranger. You only helped him because I'm a generous person. You are a generous person, and that type of generosity would make you privy of Justin's life. You're not a very good liar. You would risk a lot by asking Dracogen to hire a stranger. Not only that he was a good person, how could you possibly know that if you didn't know him that? These two are speaking to me. I think doubt, though, because it brings in Dracogen. To protect the people that she cares about. She wouldn't expose... Dracogen's the only reason that she has to tap him. She wouldn't expose him to, like, any sort of, like, risk like that. Got it. Got it. Got it. You're not a good liar, Rika. You would risk a lot by asking Dracogen to hire a stranger, especially a stranger with a dubious past like Justin. What if Justin fell back into his old ways? That would have surely brought about consequences on you and your business. You wouldn't take a risk like that unless you knew him well enough to trust him. Okay, that's not my angle, but you know that works too. Okay, fine. I guess we were friends. Like I said before, he was trying to leave his old life behind. Always kept his past a secret from me. He didn't like talking about the person he was back then. He wanted to forget about it. I never brought it up. It's sort of true. We knew each other for years before he told me about it. Intuition. I doubt that, Rika. In fact, I'm sure that you were friends for at least a few years. A friendship that old, I'm sure you would have confided in you about his past. Why are you... Hello. Hi, Celeste. Why is your face here? What? No. Stay focused. Rika, I don't know why you thought you had to lie about this, but I need to talk to Justin's former friends. Really necessary? Yes. I need to know why he was behaving so strangely before the accident. His friends might know something about him that you and Dracogen don't. Doesn't make any sense. Is there anything strange about the way he was acting? Are you overthinking this, Tyrion? No. He was... the meeting's a lie. Didn't want to overplay your hand before, but looks like you don't have a choice now. Rika, Justin told you that he was heading to a scheduled meeting in Dracogen's office. But according to Dracogen, Justin wasn't even supposed to be in the refinery building yesterday. What? Rika, Justin might have lied to you. No. He would never do that. I need to know why he was up there. And so far, the statements that I've gotten from you and Dracogen don't explain that. Beat her with facts and logic. You need to talk to people who might know things about him that you don't. Argument 1. Okay. I'll tell you where you can find them. Just promise me that you'll be safe, okay? Successfully persuaded Masarika Tudor. Where are they? Are they in the shady part of town? Unsurprising, delinquents. Sorry, I wasn't trying to lie to you. It's okay. I'm assuming you had your reasons, but I need to know where I can find Justin's old friends. Probably know already, but a few years ago, Justin got involved with a local street gang. They'd always hang around the beach area. One day, they discovered an abandoned house along the coastline. They started spending most of their time there. A lone house on the coastline. It's that house, Tyrion. That's probably where you'll find Justin's old friends. So that's why you're being so secretive. What? I'm sorry. Don't be. You're just trying to look out for me, right? You gonna be okay? I can go there with you if you like. No, it's okay. I'm sure you're busy with the cafe right now. It's not as if I'll be going alone. Alright. Don't push yourself too hard. Okay? Yeah. I'm with you, Celeste. you keep speaking, and I'm like, I don't abandon house. I don't even know what they're talking about. Arrive at the old abandoned house. On looking at the home that you left behind, you're struck with a flood of memories. Okay. Their old house. Those memories were once happy, but now they only fill you with grief. Tyrion, are you okay? Yeah. Look around. You wipe your eyes and begin looking around the house. Suddenly, you hear the sound of glass breaking. You rush to look for the source, and you see two young teenagers throwing rocks at the side of the house. The shattered remains of a window are lying on the ground. What the fuck? Look at this guy. Nice shot, Gavin. Gavin Kralin, age 16. Occupation none. One of the teens, apparently named Gavin, this is you approaching. You got company. Wyatt. Wyatt or Nell? Stare blankly at the broken glass lying on the ground. You got a loss for words. You feel like you should respond, but nothing comes out of your mouth. You suddenly find yourself quickly approaching the two teens. Eh? What the hell do you want? Oh shit. Hack, what the hell? Before you realize what you were doing, you threw a punch straight into Gavin's face. Your eyes are slowly tearing up. You can only see red. Grab Gavin by the collar and pull his face to... This guy's 16, by the way. We're attacking a minor. This is not going well, Tyrion. Get the hell away from my house. Tyrion? Oh, you want to go? If you came looking for trouble, you sure found it. I am not afraid of you, buddy. You are as afraid... Like, you're as scary as a fucking teddy bear. I don't like. Okay, let's all calm down and just stay out of this, you little shit. Yeah. Excuse me? Wh- What? You got caught in your ears or something? Yes, actually. Why don't you go and repeat what you said? I said, stay out of this. You little shit. 5 minutes late. I figured. Less? Yes? Sorry for losing my temper back there. I didn't mean to drag you into this. It's okay. Our emotions get the better of us sometimes. Celeste? Yes? I think you might have overdone it a bit. Nah. Celeste? Yes? I don't think he's breathing. Come on, just give him a second. Suddenly hear the very bruised and broken form of Gavin sputtering and wheezing on the ground. It's like he's finally regained consciousness. See? It's perfectly fine. What the fuck is that? You're fine. Wyatt is staring wide-eyed at Celeste. From the shaking of his legs, looks like he wants to run away, but he's too frozen by fear to move. Don't bother running. Even with a head start, I can easily catch up to you. Anyways, these two are probably just his former delinquent friends, right? Are you okay with talking to them? Yes, of course. Their emotions in such disarray. Completely forgot why you came here in the first place. But you do happen to know the young man who died at the refinery yesterday. These guys are after Justin? He's already dead. After Justin? Was there someone with a grudge against him? Well, he clearly thinks that you were sent on someone's behalf. It wouldn't hurt to play the part to get more information out of him. I'm not going to hurt you. We're not going to hurt you anymore. We'd just like to ask you a few questions about Justin. Yeah, sure, man. Whatever you want. Alright, you two talk. I'll work on popping Gavin's shoulder back into play. It's a little disturbing how nonchalantly she says things like that. What's up? Tell me about your boy Justin Way. What can you tell me about Justin Way? According to a few witnesses, he used to be friends. Friends! He's kind of pushing it. We used to hang back in the day, but we don't know more. It's weird when he started talking to us again. I thought he left for good. But he started talking to you again. Why? He just needed some of the old gear that he left at the house. Old gear? Kind of old gear. You know, his thieves' tools. All the tools you need for lockpicking and safe cracking. I would just need those. Because he was doing some, I'm suspecting some espionage of the corporate kind. Or I guess it is corporate. I guess a trading company is just what would a trading company class? I guess it's still corporate. What would Justin need lockpicking and safe cracking tools for? Well, he needed to get the gold that he owed your boss. He owed gold to someone. Word has it that he was working for the merchant that owns the refinery. Yes, the owner trusted him a lot. Justin said that he had a way to get access to the safe in the guy's office. Someone was always a whiz when it came to breaking and entering. He even had tools that could crack magical locks. Getting the gold out of the safe would have been an easy score for him. Wait, he was planning to rob Jackogen? Yeah. Justin's debt. Wyatt apparently thinks that you were sent on behalf of someone. What he said so far, Justin owed a non-trivial amount of gold to this person. The person was some kind of criminal, but they have been the one who sabotaged the guardrail. Did Justin tell you who he owes his debt to? Nah, man, he didn't say anything. Oh, wait, Mac me too if I told him the truth. So he does know. There's no point in playing done. Just tell us what he told you. Did he give you a name? Answer the question. The Eye Taker. He'll gold to the Eye Taker. That's not a nice. That's. If we're going off of like titles that someone could have in this world, that may or may not be lined up with our current predicament. This is a scary name. Also, apparently we just get a picture of him. Eye Taker. And updated notes. We don't even know about him. We're just now learning about him. And we have, okay. Eye Taker, that must be some kind of criminal nickname. The name, why does it sound so familiar? Oh. Either way, you need to find out who this Eye Taker is. It'd be best to ask someone else. Running to this house is brought by several members that you have complicated feelings for. Because are even more confounded by the blatant vandalism committed by Gavin and Wyatt. Honestly, you'd rather leave this place as soon as possible. Fair. Weeds and plants have grown since you were last here. Doesn't look like anyone's taken care of the yard for the last years. You suppose that's more your fault than anyone else's. You see it's just as you remember it. Probably the only thing that hasn't changed since you left Oranax. Oh wait, I should probably...
Arcanum.
Yeah, I figured. Okay. So I think we have... I think we can tell... Gakogen now? Maybe? Oh. What's about? Hey, Tyrion? Yeah? Back at the house. That all about? I've seen you get that angry before. That it was your house. Yeah, it was my house. It was? Since you arrived in the city, you haven't really been yourself. I want to talk about it, I'm fine, and I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, alright, man. You're not fine, and I can see it on your face. Please, talk to me. None of your business. Came a lot louder than you wanted it to. Plus, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to... Oh, boy. Without a word, she quickly walks ahead of you. Hey, man, hopefully you didn't hear any of that. Talk about it. Sorry, Mr. Cuthbert, I think I can tell you much about that. Thank you for being straightforward. We're gonna go down the list. Oh, whoa. There we go. Gakogen, have you heard of a criminal named the Eye Taker? The name does sound familiar, but I don't know much more than that. I try my best to avoid those sorts of people. I understand. Perhaps someone else might know more about them. Alright, fair. Got this. You can't tell me about people stealing from you. Got it. Maybe Morrison? He knew stuff that he wasn't supposed to know. Morrison, you know what a criminal named the Eye Taker? Yeah, he does. The Eye Taker. Where did you hear that name? You do know about them. I do. I've learned to keep my distance from him over the years. Eye Taker is the criminal kingpin of this region. Every large criminal undertaking in this region happens under his watch. Is that big of a deal? Of course he is. More importantly, how did you hear about him? What I heard, Justin Way owed him a huge debt. Justin owed them. I knew he used to run out with a bunch of rogues, but I never imagined a skilled lord. The Eye Taker might be involved in Justin's death. Do you think someone like him could be behind this? Well, the saying that there's a saying we have about what happens when you get on his bad side. To say, he reminds you of why he has that name. Know who the Eye Taker is now. Definitely has another angle to this case. So elements of this that don't make sense. Take some time to work through it all. Let's go talk to Dracogen first. I want to see everything that you found. Oh, okay, well I was supposed to go here first. Well, I was supposed to know that. And then we were supposed to get the cutscene that we had with last. Ooh, excuse me. Hello, Mr. Cuthbert. Trust you're doing well. We are. For the most part. You spent some time looking into the accident and the people who knew Justin. There might have been more to this case than meets the eye. Oh? Spend some time explaining your findings to Dracogen. Seems troubled when you explain the traces of transmutation that you found on the guardrail. He's even more taken aback when you mention Justin's supposed plan to rob him. This is quite a lot to take in. Are you missing any valuables in your safe right now? No, actually, but what is it? After the accident, did a careful inspection of the building. I checked my office, I noticed that the lock on the safe was disengaged. The safe was opened, that there wasn't anything missing. That's right. While the safe opened like that, I was already worried that I'd been robbed. But I double checked the contents, everything was accounted for. Because of that, I just assumed I'd forgotten to lock it. Doesn't make any sense. Maybe it was just a coincidence? I might believe that if it weren't for where my office is located. What do you mean? The walkway that Justin fell from leads to my office. The window there that overlooks the refinery. That would explain why Justin was there in the first place. I don't want to expect one of my employees, especially one that isn't alive, to defend himself from such accusations. But it just all fits too perfectly together. Except for one thing. Why wasn't anything stolen? Yeah. Well, regardless, I think you have a pretty good case. So, does this mean you'll represent me? For what I've discovered, I won't just sit by and let Von Sanctus have his way. Well spoken, I'm glad to have you on my side, Mr. Cuthbert. Don't do that. That reminds me of Mr. Sawhead. Anyways, regardless of why, someone clearly magically tampered with the site of the accident. Doubt the court will find you at fault for what happened. Although, what's wrong? Civil cases are a lot less strict than criminal cases. We present evidence suggesting foul play using magic. They'll treat this exactly like our other cases. Yeah, they might stall the trial until they find out what exactly happened. This accident. All we have to go on is witness accounts. Finding concrete evidence of what happened could very well be impossible. But the idea of hunting down the mage responsible sounds very tempting. Sounds like you have your work cut out for you. I just hope things turn out okay in the end. With Von Sanctus on the other side of this, who knows what might happen. It'd be best to keep your wits about you. Oh. I was about to say we're going straight to the trial, but I assume this is happening at the same time, or Tyrion's not here. I can't believe this. I have more important things to do than resolve your petty squabbles for you. Oh god, it's him. Yes, yes, the missing ship of your betrothed. Well, that's like the final piece. He's definitely Prince. Listen, the sooner you help me resolve this mess with Dracogen, the sooner you can return to being the prince's lapdog. Yeah. That is to say, once I'm not preoccupied with this case, House Von Sanctus can provide the resources that you and the Inquisition need. Suppose I don't have a choice, do I? Well, at least this case should be relatively straightforward. No. No, it's not. I'm sorry, Steelwind. I'm afraid not. Court is now in session for the trial of Stefanik Dragogen. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready. Very well. Let's begin the proceedings. Prosecutor Steelwind, please list the charges. The defendant is charged with criminal negligence in the death of Justin Wade. The death occurred at the Oronox Arcane refinery last night. Mr. Wade was an employee of the Dracogen Trado company owned by the defendant. During work hours, the victim accidentally broke a poorly maintained safety rail and fell into the vat of corrosive chemicals. Attempts to save his life failed, and his body almost fully dissolved. See, what a gruesome end. Yeah, Jesus. The defendant displayed clear negligence in maintaining the refinery's facilities. As such, the responsibility for Mr. Wade's death falls squarely on his shoulders. To begin, the prosecution would like to call Noah Morrison to the stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the courts. Yes, the name's Noah Morrison. I'm the harbor master of Oronax's harbor. My understanding that you witnessed the accident that night. Am I correct? Aye, I did. Could you please testify to the court about what you witnessed? Oh, we right into it. Fucking love this game for that. Get to the point. Thank you. I was showing a visitor around the city. For some reason, he really wanted to see the Oronox Arcane refinery. Expected machines there when suddenly Rika ran up to us. She was desperately trying to tell us something. There was just too much noise. After a while, she's pointed at the walkway overlooking the refinery. That's where we saw someone fall into the accursed vat. There's a guardrail that should have prevented him from falling, but he broke through it as he fell. Safety rail that should have protected the victim. Yes, however, upon closer inspection, the guard found that the rails were extremely rusted. Really poorly maintained by the company. See, its negligence is the basis of the prosecution's charges. You can present the traces of transmutation that we found? I can't help but feel like there's something in Morris's testimony that doesn't add up. Right now, those traces are the only defense we have against Von Sanctus' accusations. It's not a piece that I want to use just yet. To use that piece, who knows how the judge will react. Not much has changed with Morris's testimony. However, he collected a lot more evidence since he last spoke to him. Anything found that contradicts his testimony? Okay. Yeah. Expecting machines there. Yep. She saw someone fall into the crystal bag. Okay. So... okay. So since this testimony, what have we learned? He wasn't supposed to be there. He was supposed to be in the freight area. He claimed to be meeting with Dracogen, but that was a lie. After, like this again, after seeing him fall. Are you referring to Miss Rika Tudor, owner of the local cafe? Aye. For whatever reason, she was also there and witnessed the accident. Yes, we are already well aware of that. Not as detailed to Morrison's disaster testimony. She's probably more focused on saving Justin than taking in her surroundings. Any points... Are there any points with her testimony... Are there any points where her testimony doesn't add up with Morrison's? Yeah, there is. But I don't know how to approach this. I guess I'm supposed to present this. Because I think it's this, like, order of events thing. Where she saw him fall and then she tried to get attention, but they're like... She tried to get attention and then we saw him fall. This?
Objection!
No. Honor, it's clear that he's contradictory. This piece of evidence proves it. It's the other that proves anything, Mr. Cuthbert. Yes, you're right.
Objection!
No. Okay, we'll just press. Excuse me. Sorry, I don't know what's up with me today. Yeah, we'll just press everything. She's run loud as hell. I can hear myself thinking with that noise. No way I could hear young Mr. Rico over all that. Mention that you saw someone fall into the vat. Did you not recognize the person? I didn't know the lad personally. Pretty far away, I couldn't get a good look at the person. Keep a pin on that detail. Anyways, could you give more into detail about when you witnessed the accident? Of course, what did you want to know about? Aha! Don't bring up his name. I feel like Steelwind's gonna shout at us if we do this. Happened to the guardrail, just a bell. Well, I saw him lean on it. Should have prevented him from falling off of the walkway. I just broke it the instant he put his weight on it. He fell into the vat. The detail in your testimony, perfect.
Objection!
It has to be that testimony. I just don't know. Hard to see mostly, but definitely noticed that. They made an impression on me. Those rails were made out of cardboard. To prove our point. Probably missing guardrails should not have broken that easily. She shouldn't present the magical traces yet. The more you can get out of Morrison's testimony. Okay. Oops, I went to get I'm at 4. We'll go through all of them, I guess, which means we'll do Aster and see if Steelwind says something. Specifically doing the moment you saw Justin fall. No, the one who pointed the walkway in the first place. He saw Justin fall. Please include that detail in your testimony. Okay. What was Aster doing? Oh, we didn't say his name. What was your companion doing the moment that you saw Justin fall? He didn't do much. Stand next to me. Saw Justin fall into the mat too. See. Please include that detail in your testimony. Help. That it doesn't help. Guardrail extremely rusted before it broke. What condition was it in? Specifically, was there any rust on it? I'd say I could make out those details. It's pretty far away, I could barely make out the figure that fell into the vat. Okay, so I think this statement ah, thank you. I'm glad that I picked this up. I'm proud of myself. That feels like such it feels like it could be an issue with just the writing, or I guess I should just have more faith in the game. It's been good to me so far. It says that you saw the victim fall into the vat. It's happened before, during, or after Rico tried to get your attention. Definitely after. For the commotion she made, I wouldn't have looked up there in the first place. So you thought, but this is mean. Morrison, I spoke with Rika about what she saw. She said that she saw Justin fall off the walkway, then rush to you for help. That sounds about right. No, Morrison, it actually doesn't. Mean. If Rika saw Justin fall before she went to get help, then how did you see him after she came to you for help? She came for you help. This is in reaction to seeing Justin fall off the walkway. If that's true, how could you have possibly seen Justin fall off the walkway again afterward? But yeah. Cuthbert, you're disputing the witness's testimony over a minor detail. Entirely possible that Mr. Morrison or Miss Tudor simply misremembered. I highly doubt that Morrison misremembered the order of what happened. His testimony matches up exactly with the testimony of the companion. Then Miss Tudor must be the one who's mistaken. Compelled to agree with Miss Steelwind. These conflicting accounts seem extremely minor. The prosecution's case is based on the broken guardrail. And only 3 individuals witnessed Justin Way break said guardrail. The defense asserts that these 3 witness accounts must be consistent with each other. Otherwise, this evidence is not strong enough to find my client liable. Please. The break in the guardrail is directly over the vat. That is enough physical evidence. It proves that the victim fell in because the railing broke. How do we know the guardrail wasn't broken by some other event? That's ludicrous. You're clearly just playing devil's advocate. I'm at the house to find the defense's assertion dubious. However, I see no harm in allowing Miss Tudor to testify to what she saw. I saw a lot less than Morrison and Astor did, and her testimony was a lot less detailed. The one detail she did remember was that she saw Justin fall off the walkway. Hopefully, her testimony might clear up what happened. Bailiff, please escort Miss Tudor to the witness stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the courtroom. Eureka's first time testifying in a courtroom. You hope she's gonna fucking chuny, isn't she? Oh, God. As if I need such introductions, but allow me to indulge you all. Oh lord, she's really doing that here. I'm Miss Masarika Tudor, Dark Lord of Oranax, High Archmagi of the Cadium Flames, and business proprietor of Sweet Confections. I see. I was not aware we were in the presence of such a renowned individual. Wait, you actually believe her? Your Honor, Mr. Good Tudor is the owner of a local cafe in Oranax. But isn't she also a High Archmagi? I am! But no, she really isn't. Tyrion, you're ruining my flow. Yeah, stop ruining her flow, Tyrion. What? You would say your flow is the most disrupted right now. Ahem. Anyways, Miss Tudor, you were at the Oranax refinery on the night of the accidents. And you witnessed the moment the victim fell off the walkway. Am I correct? Yes, that's right. According to your statement, you ran up to Morrison after you saw Justin fall off the walkway. The problem is that there's a contradiction between both of your testimonies. It's a contradiction? Morrison testified that he didn't see the victim fall into the vat until after you approached him. This wouldn't make sense, though. You saw the victim fall off the walkway before you ran up to Morrison. Morrison could have possibly seen the victim fall again after that. Oh, I think I see what happened. You do? I think you're misunderstanding what I said before. I misunderstood you. That's true. Could you please testify to the court? Could you please testify to the court exactly what happened? Please include every detail you can remember. Sure. to the refinery when I heard a strange sound on the walkway. What it was Justin had tumbled over the guardrail. But he hadn't fallen into the vat yet. I saw him barely hanging onto the edge of the platform. I don't know how to get to the walkway over there, so I looked for help on the grounds and found Mr. Morrison. I must have seen Justin lose his grip of the ledge and fall into the vat after that. Okay. In case Miss Guthrie, you begin your cross-examination. I don't know why we showed Steel Wind there. That meant something. There's probably something there that I completely missed. Noise. Quite sure. I guess say it sounded like the sound of metal hitting metal. He's made out of metal. Unless you heard was something metallic climbing with the walkway. Something shake the walkway and make Justin lose his balance. See what it was. I saw Justin had tumbled over the walkway's guardrail. Well, this was the moment you saw Justin fall off the walkway. Yeah. So that he fell over the guardrail? He fell over the guardrail. Did, but I'm not sure how it happened. I think something caused him to lose his balance. He stumbled over the guardrail and fell right off the walkway. Interesting, yeah. That doesn't explain why Morrison saw him fall after you ran up to him for help. I did see Justin fall from the walkway. But he hadn't fallen into the vat yet. I saw him barely hanging onto the edge of the platform. He was hanging onto the ledge. Was there anyone around to help him back up? I didn't see anyone around, but I really wasn't paying attention to that. I was just too focused on saving him before he fell. I assumed that if anyone was nearby, they'd immediately try to help him. Didn't know how to get to the water. Okay. Did you see another individual with him? Yeah, I did. I tried to explain to him and his friends what was going on. He couldn't hear me over the machines. That's what testimonies and Aster gave you. After that, you must have seen Justin lose his grip of the ledge and fall into the vat. You also see this moment. No, I didn't. I was so busy trying to talk to Mr. Morrison that I didn't see it. I didn't even know what had happened until after they shut down the machines. Able to compare our statements with the ones that you got from Morrison and Aster. Just need to focus on other parts of her testimony. Okay, so not that. I should have asked her for more details, yeah. I didn't probe her further, yeah. So we got 4 statements to choose from here. 3, more like. Tumbled over. Actually, I think that's it. There we go.
Objection!
Yeah. Over. She said over, didn't she? She says that he tumbled over. They say that he leaned on it and broke it. So the victim tumbled over the guardrail. As in, he was thrown over it. Yes, that's right. What? Did you see the moment that the guardrail broke? No, I didn't. I already told you that, didn't I? But you did see the moment that Justin fell off the walkway. In that moment, did you see Justin break the guardrail? No, like I told you, I didn't see the moment that the guardrail broke. That's the thing, Rika. According to Morrison, Justin Way broke the guardrail as he fell into the vat. More specifically, he said that Justin was standing on the walkway when this happened. According to the prosecution, Justin Way leaned on the faulty guardrail and broke it, falling into the vat. Well, that's not what you saw, was it, Rika? No, I saw him tumble over the guardrail. I'm afraid I don't see the importance of this. How do you... Okay, I can understand the minor difference between the two statements, but this situation, you should see the importance. Are you accusing the witness of perjury? No. There's definitely something going on here. But what? Most of Rika is a mage. You don't want to suspect her. But you need to consider every possibility. What's happening here? They're both telling the truth. She doesn't have a reason to lie. He was literally... His ass was just guiding Aster around. They're just telling the truth. But how does that make sense? Okay. Think through this. We assume that Rika and Morrison are telling the truth. You need to remember the exact order of events. First, Rika saw Justin go up the walkway. Saw Justin fall over the guardrail and off of the walkway. Justin was able to grab onto the walkway ledge. That's when Miss Rika went to look for help. That's when she ran into Morrison and Aster. Hand machines were too loud for us to hear. Saw someone fall. By the time we could get them to stop machines, it was too late. Aster's account of events. The expression on his face, he might have been conscious. I'm afraid I couldn't see anything on his face. It was much too dark to make out his features. See his face. How'd you know it was actually him that fell in? Well, who else could it have been? Aster and Morrison couldn't see Justin's face. One detail of their testimonies never sat right with you. But you dismissed your suspicions. They found Justin's body in the vat, after all. You know for a fact that he fell into the vat. You never considered one other possibility. He fell in. If he survived, I don't think he would have gone... How would he have gotten back up? To fall again? The only real explanation is that there's another person that fell into the vat. But I'm like... What? They already said that no one's missing. But I think that makes sense. Also explain how Rika, Morrison, and Aster all saw someone fall off of the walkway at different times. But then, who is the second person? You don't have a choice. If you don't know all the facts, this is the only conclusion you can draw. I think you've had quite enough time to deliberate, Mr. Cuthbert. Are you accusing the witness or not? I'm not accusing the witness of perjury, Your Honor. Both Miss Tudor's and Mr. Morrison's testimonies appear to contradict each other. But they are both telling the truth. Please enlighten us, Mr. Cuthbert. How could both of their testimonies possibly be true? Well, that there's only one possible explanation. Both Miss Tudor and Mr. Morrison saw someone fall off the walkway. But the person that Miss Tudor saw and the person that Mr. Morrison saw, two different people. Are you serious, Mr. Cuthbert? Do you honestly think some random person fell into the vat moments after Justin Way fell in it? It's the only conclusion that makes sense, Miss Steelwind. Miss Tudor knew the victim and recognized him. That's how she was able to confirm that it was him that fell into the vat. However, Mr. Morrison and his companion did not know the victim personally. They could barely make out his features. He only assumes that it was him after learning that he fell in. Please. It's far more likely that Miss Tudor is simply mistaken about what she saw. What? No, I'm sure I saw Justin tumble over the guardrail. Let's not forget Miss Tudor's allegiances. As a beneficiary of Dracogen Trading Company, she has every reason to confound this case in the defendant's favor. That's not... okay. Fair, but... fuck you. Enough. Civil case, Mr. Cuthbert. Not some murder mystery for you to throw wild theories towards. It's clearly an accident. You don't have a choice. You don't have to use your trump card. One piece of evidence that implies this wasn't a simple accident. Yeah, I accident this, old man. Are you sure about that, Your Honor? What? Justaway's death was reported as an unfortunate accident. As a result, the city guard put minimal resources into their investigation. More specifically, there was no reason to call in the Arcane Inquisition. Talking about now. Why would the Inquisition be... No. He's saying that, unlike the Arnak City Guard, I have a mage capable of casting detect magic. My bodyguard, Celeste McCoy, scanned the crime scene for magical traces, and she found traces of transmutation on the broken guardrail. Traces of magic were found at the crime scene. That would make this potential homicide, Your Honor. This is ridiculous. The accident took place within the Arcane refinery. Those traces could have easily come from the purification process, and no, those are evocation. Dum-dum. Miss Steelwind, these traces were found only on the guardrails that Justin broke. We didn't find them anywhere else. We can't be certain of what happened, but it's clear that a mage used magic near the scene of the accident. Foul play may have been involved. So, my theory of another person falling into the vat is entirely possible. My client is not at fault for the guardrail breaking. Considering the shocking revelation, there's still much we don't know about Justaway's death. That said, I have no choice but to suspend the trial of Von Sanctus versus Dracogen. I had a feeling this would happen. Like in other cases, the court won't pass a verdict unless the culprit is found. The court will give the Arcane Inquisition time to investigate the scene and the supposed magical traces. We will resume the trial in 2 days' time. What is adjourned? 2 days, huh? Not one. Or tomorrow, at least. Well, at least we survived the first day. It kind of feels like we're back to square one. Yeah, it seems to be happening a lot. The Inquisition will get involved. They know that magic... They know that magic played a role in what happened. I want them to dismiss the case against Dracogen. You have to find out exactly what happened. That's even possible. Ag. Hey, you okay? I feel a headache coming on. Yeah, I think I'm just tired. Well, this day has been exhausting. It's pretty late. Should we just head back to the inn and continue investigation tomorrow? No. Take another look at the refinery before the Inquisition get there. Ack! Dropping pain in your skull seems to disagree with you doing that. Yeah, no. We're heading back to the inn. I'm fine. Really. Tyrion, I know you're anxious about the trial, but you need to get some rest. Bless, it's fine. It's not. You're going to work yourself. Would you just stay out of my way? Again, your voice came out louder than it meant for it to. Fine. Whatever. Do what you want. This is the second time, man. Relax. It's a stamp city. Being back here is really getting to you. It's all the more reason to get through this trial as soon as possible. Soreness in your head doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. If she's right, we'd be better off investigating the scene after some rest. Incredible, Tyrion. Absolutely incredible. Another nightmare overtakes your sleep. Oh god. Touch the note tightly in your hands as you read it. Sorry, Tyrion. There were so many things that I wanted to tell you. So many things that I wanted to show you. But I'm afraid that I can't do that now. I need you to be strong now. This world is bleak. merciless, and unforgiving. But I've seen you. I know how bright the light within you is. Use my eyes. Peer beyond the divine gate as I once did. Use it to reclaim the future. Eyes? I don't understand. It doesn't matter. All you have to do is stop the execution. You can just distract the knights long enough, you can save her and run away. You'll have to abandon your home. At least she'll still be with you. As you try to sprint towards the gallows, a knight grabs your arm and pulls you back. Hey, kid, you can't cross this point. Hey, stop that. You fruitlessly try to break his grip by striking him with your bare hands, but he barely feels anything through his armor. You can continue delivering blow after blow to him, but it does nothing. Your knuckles start to bleed. Irritated by your behavior, the knight pins you to the ground. Damn kid. You desperately struggle against him to no avail. From this position, you have no choice but to watch what's happening. Wait, stop! Make eye contact with your mother one last time. Her body goes limp. Stare blankly at the hanging body. Oh, this isn't... Mom. Clutch her note tightly in your hands. Feel comforting yet fleeting warmth from it. Fuck. That is actually pretty sad. Tyrion? Thus, I snap back awake. Another nightmare. Notice that tears are streaming down your face. Quickly try to bring up your sleep to wipe them away. You realize that Celeste is firmly gripping your hands. Why are you... sorry. You were shouting in your sleep. You seemed to calm down a little whenever I held your hand. I've been doing that. He is not okay. You're not. Been acting weird since we arrived in Oranax. Nothing. It's not nothing. There's something to do with your mother. The past 2 nights you've been calling out for her in your sleep. Please, just talk to me. That does mean that the first night we were having a night terror. Your friend, aren't I? Never even realized it. You didn't have many people in your life after you left Oranax. You only had Miss Timora, and she never wanted to talk about what happened. But Celeste, she's been there since you started your career. Of course she's your friend. All happened a long time ago. We lived here in that old house. My mother was a merchant. And a mage. How are you not a mage? I thought that shit was her. Oh, I guess you didn't learn? That was a mage. Oh. If I just, waited, they would have told me. But I guess the gift of magic skipped my generation. I could never use it. About 10 years ago, my mother's business partner was found murdered. I found traces of magic at the crime scene. Not your mom did it. Miss Tamora was my mother's defense attorney for that trial. She did everything she could to get her acquitted. She could never find the real culprit. Found her guilty of first-degree murder. I tried to stop her execution, but voice starts breaking. Tyrion. So, I'm sorry, Celeste. Coming back here has brought back so many memories. I thought that I already moved on from what had happened. I could just keep saving people as an attorney. Maybe I could put all of this behind me. I'm back in Oranax. Those feelings are still so fresh in my mind. I mean, yeah, like you didn't reach a conclusion with your mother. You kind of justifiably ran away. And thought that you found a cure, but it wasn't at all the cure that you wanted. It's like I'm still the same powerless child from 10 years ago. I know that I've been taking that out on you. I'm really sorry. Don't be. I get it. I know what it's like to lose someone like that. She does, doesn't she? Dad was murdered. You were there for me. If it weren't for me, I would still believe that he died hating me. Last I slowly clasped your hand with hers again. Feels warm and comforting. Has this been the warmth you've been feeling for the last few nights? That's what I figured. Just let me be here for you. You can feel yourself dozing off. You have to snap yourself back awake. Sorry, the last few days have been a little tiring. It's okay, just focus on falling asleep. Stay with you for as long as you need me to. Aww. Aww. Big ol' yawn. Also feeling pretty tired though. Just rest my eyes a bit. For the first time since you arrived in Oranax, finally received a good night's rest. Wake up the next morning feeling well rested. Feel almost a little too rested. You're really reluctant to leave the comfort of your bed. That's like me every morning. What? Les? You there? Your hand feels warm. Whoa! Okay. Good feeling your heart stop. Celeste? You want... we're also yoinking that. Yoink. Her eyes slowly open as she wakes from her equally restful sleep. She drowsily scans her surroundings. Okay. And that one? We stay yoinking? You both dart out of bed. You seem to be doing better. You're okay, right? Yeah. Thank you for last night. Poor phrasing. Hello? Are you there, Mr. Cuthbert? What the hell? Soul nearly jumps out of your body. Suddenly hear Aster's voice, and it's extremely loud. Look around to see where he is, but he's nowhere to be found. Aster? Ah, like the Skilled Lord. Finally gotten through to you two. What? Where are you? I'm using a spell to speak with you right now. Ah. I apologize for contacting you in this matter, but I was worried that something had happened to you two. Right, of course. Anyways, what do you want at this time of day? This time of day? So Cuthbert, it's 3 PM in the afternoon. What? PM? You missed the entire morning. Hope everything's okay. Did something happen? You don't have to get to see this face. I'll yoink that one too. No, everything's okay. Anyways, if it's already this late, you should head over to the refinery. Yes, the investigation. Let's do that immediately. Celeste immediately power walks out of the room. You quickly follow after her. Heading to the refinery, do you mind if I meet with you two? There's something I'd like to ask you. Sure. Wonderful. I'll see you at the town square. There he is. Princely Prince himself. Says he hasn't said he's a prince, but like you have all the pieces to deduce that he is. Quickly meet Aster in the town square while you walk to the refinery. You and Celeste walk to your destination with purpose. A little too much purpose. It's almost as if you're both trying to distract yourselves from something. Every time you make eye contact with Celeste, she quickly glances away. Maybe this one is better. Things are a little awkward. You much prefer this over the tense mood between you two yesterday. Anyways, Aster, what was that spell you used earlier? You speak with us without being there. That was a conjuration spell. It's called send message to your conjuration mage. I feel a little bit uneasy that you can just contact us out of the blue like that. More importantly, I'm really worried about what he might have seen. But don't worry, the spell is perfectly harmless. I'll give you the parameters if you'd like. Malum. Last for an hour. Was he trying to call us for like over well, for almost an hour? Anyone with a 30-foot radius of the target can hear the caster's voice. Eh. That's like... It's less cell phone and more... sending... What is the best, like... I'm trying to think of like a good comparison for this. And I can't. I guess it's like if the person was carrying a speaker and you, or at least, oh no, the person's carrying a walkie-talkie that can only receive and can't send, and it's loud. There you go. Caster calls to hear sounds close to the target line for two-way communication. Target must be a person known as a caster. That person must also be conscious, otherwise the spell will fail. Oh, has to be conscious, so he couldn't get us, so we were unconscious. Target can be an object that is attuned to the caster's magic. Interesting. It only facilitates communication. You definitely didn't see the embarrassing state that you two were in. By the way, just to be rude, but why are you following us? Oh, yes. I was still trying to think of the proper method to ask you, but you both seem to be on edge at the moment. Did you want to ask us? Excuse me. You already told me about the traces of transmutation at the refinery. The trial yesterday really highlighted the significance of that. You were there. You can't simply stand by if I was a witness to a murder. And I'd join you in your investigation. Alright, I'll say it. He reminds me of my boyfriend. That's what he reminds me of. This giddiness. Very much reminds me of cute nerd. You're questioning his motives for a variety of reasons. He's the only other mage that was at the scene of the crime. Between him and Rika, you definitely trust Rika more. Alright, I see no reason why not. Celeste shoots you a concerned look. You suddenly gesture for her to keep an eye on Aster. She nods in acknowledgement. Aster is your prime suspect right now, and he has to be aware of that. If you keep him close to you, you might catch some dissonant thoughts through the eye. You arrive at the refinery and see that several knights from the Inquisition have arrived already. What's up, Orm? You glance at the damaged walkway and see Commander White there with a few of his knights. He seems to notice you too, but only pays you a passing glance. Oh, Mr. Cuthbert. Been waiting for you. Quite a while, may I add. Right, sorry about that. Suppose you have your reasons. You've more than proven yourself worthy of my trust. Although, Duncan gives Aster a suspicious side glance. He appears to have come to the same conclusion that you did. Well, you give me a little reason to doubt your judgment. I will leave the investigation in your capable hands. Speaking of the investigation, where should we start? Now that we've gotten the Inquisition involved, we might be able to learn more about the magical traces at the crime scene. Look at Commander White, who is inspecting the walkway. It's probably your best bet for getting more information about the investigation. Have a quick chat. I'm quite pleased with your work during the trial. I'm glad I put my trust in you. Thank you, but we're still a long way from getting your case dismissed. Showing the possibility of a murder definitely made things much more complicated. See no reason to blame yourself. Merely played the cards that you were dealt. Honestly, I'm still trying to make sense of what happened. You have any idea who the second victim might be? I have no idea. All my other employees are accounted for. I thought it was anyone who worked for me. And who was it? To be perfectly honest, I'm a little concerned with how many unauthorized people were there that day. Yeah. You got Aster, Rika, then you got Morrison, then Justin, who's supposed to be in the complex building, whatever this is. But he's not supposed to be in this section. And then you have one other unauthorized person. Yeah, it seems strange that Justin, Rika, and Morrison were all there. Alright. Let's head up to the walkway. Speak to Orm. Still want that gun, Orm? Oh, it's you two. Who's this? Wait, the hell? Commander, please don't. What the hell are you two doing with the Crown Prince? Yeah. I figured that out ages ago. Thank you. Leslie! Hi, hi, hi. Oi, Leslie. How you doing? Yeah, woke up. Good, good, good. Hello. Yeah. Do you have good? Oh, it's like 8 a.m. You have a good sleep? Good. Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, we are continuing with the case. This is like I've been going for like 2 hours since. It's been 2 hours since the last thing that you saw. You two doing with the cards? Yeah. What? It's pretty easy to like reach the conclusion of. Also, this is new music. I think. I don't think I've heard this. It is very regal. It appears that my cover has been blown, as they say. Did you just say that you're the Crown Prince? Like, I mean, there was so many factors that you could have used to deduce this fact. The King's Guard, I assume, only operates with the royal family, of which, why are they here in Oranax? There must be a royal family member. Cool. They're specifically investigating the ship that was stolen. Why would the King's Guard be investigating a ship? It must be related to the king or the royal family. He doesn't look. He's supposed to be like an important noble. Like, there's so many things that just point to this. Come on now. Fix up, Tyrion. My full name is Aster de Wyverngard the Fourth. I know my Roman numerals. Heir to the throne of Wyverngard. This entire time, you've been speaking to the heir of the throne? I was hoping that it wouldn't come to this. He's 26. Hell, he's... Damn. He's 7... I thought he was younger than Tyrion. He's 7 years older. Sorry, Your Majesty. Please. None of that. I just prefer if you all continue to call me Aster. That's not gonna fucking happen. I could never seen the commander this flustered before. How did you find the need to hide this from us? I didn't want you to think less of me. I admire your work, Mr. Cuthbert, which is why I was afraid you wouldn't speak with me if you knew the truth. In a way, he was correct to assume that. A member of the royal family. He represents everything that you and Miss Timora are fighting against. But he does look like a sincere and genuine person. At the very least, you haven't seen any incriminating thoughts through the eye of Horus. Anyways, this complicates things greatly. Aster is your primary suspect, so if he did commit the murder, you would have to implicate a member of the royal family. A nobleman is one thing, but would it even be possible to convict the Crown Prince? Probably not. I don't even think you could get his ass in the courtroom. Well, no matter. You won't stop seeking justice. Doesn't matter who you're facing, be they man, king, or god. Oh, you bringing up the Chuny shit. And Prince aside, you came here to talk to the commander about his investigation. Since Aster is accompanying you, he might be more inclined to share details with you. Ah! You can use him. The investigation. Oh, have you had breakfast, Leslie? Most important meal of the day. I forgot to ask. Why is the Inquisition? Why are you surprised? Magical crime. Oh, because they were busy. But wait, you know about that? Commander glances nervously at Aster. We wanted to put more of our people there, but Lady Steelwind insisted that we focus on the Dracogen case. As you should. I'd much rather you find justice for Justin Way. It's far more important than looking for some musty old ship. Just woke up, gotta go brush my teeth and everything. It's easy. Good. Right. Is this kid for real? Don't have any. Yeah, but it is a little funny that we brush our teeth and then we eat. That's always been. Even as a kid, I was like, why don't we just eat and then brush our teeth? So that way our teeth are as good as can be, but. Nah. Have you discovered anything about the magical traces here? We did take a look at it, and it's definitely suspicious. The only rails with magical traces on them are these. The fact that we can still see them means that they were left within the last 48 hours. It's looking pretty likely that someone used transmutation on these rails that night. Still doesn't make any sense, though. How about someone weaken these rails specifically? I have no idea. I'm just confused as you are. This is really foul play. And someone knew that Justin or some other person would be in this exact place. I'll just go take a super big stretch and then go brush teeth. Oh yeah. Enjoy stretching and teeth. Second body. Has the Inquisition found any evidence to prove my theory? You mean about the second person falling into the vat? Sorry, kid, but it ain't that simple. The body of the Justin fella sort of dissolved. It's quite gruesome. If another person had fallen in, the body would have dissolved too. But we could only find some bone fragments, blood, and a lot of metallic shards. Been able to use divination magic to identify the bone fragments. Yep. The ones we found all belong to Justin Wade. No signs of bones from another person. There wasn't any evidence of another person falling in? Could your theory have been incorrect? Are you sure that you and Miss Morrison saw a person fall into the vat? Asked her. I definitely saw someone fall off the walkway and break the guardrails. Although, thinking back on it, I didn't recognize who exactly that person was. The harbor master and I were pretty far away, and wasn't well lit. You think the second victim's body fully dissolved? That might explain why we can't find any bone matter from them. No. My theory is correct. The second victim fell in minutes after Justin fell in. It wouldn't make sense if that person's body fully dissolved before Justin's. Why can't you find any bone matter of the second person? Either way, Dracogen might want to hear about this. He will, but it's chat. It's still the vac liquid. The liquid is so volatile. How are you able to take things out of the vat? Oh, the liquid isn't volatile anymore. When the harbor master and I reported what we saw, the workers poured some sort of alchemical solution into the vat. Yeah, according to them, that solution neutralized the evocation magic in those chemicals. From what I hear, magical liquid in these vats is usually blue. The solution that they poured in turned it green. Yes. Fortunately, it was too late. By the time they neutralized the liquid, Justin's body had mostly dissolved. And if they hadn't neutralized it so quickly, probably wouldn't have found anything from the victim. So that means we definitely should have seen bone fragments from second person that fell in. Neutralizing liquid. Oh, it's yellow because, yeah, it was normally supposed to be blue. They pour in yellow, it turns green. Crown Prince Aster. I still can't believe that you've been the Crown Prince this entire time. I wasn't trying to deceive you. I was just worried that you might treat me differently if you knew the truth. Which, you're right. Oh, right. Should I call Steelwind over here for you? She'll probably want to see you. No, I think it would be best if you didn't. Oh, I remember now. You're the Crown Prince, and that makes you Prosecutor Steelwind your fiancé. Yeah. Right. Lady Freyga mentioned that during the Nightgrave case. That's why the name Aster sounded so familiar. Saw it in her thoughts. Ugh, that Miriam. She's caused me so much trouble by publicly revealing my marriage to Lady Steelwind. I'd hoped to keep it a secret for much longer. Where is Prosecutor Steelwind, anyways? She always investigates these crime scenes herself. Ah, said she wanted to investigate the disappearing ship personally. She seems really hell-bent on finding the person responsible. They did attempt to kidnap the Crown Prince, after all. Aw? Does really care about you, Aster? No, I highly doubt that. Oh? What? Our marriage was arranged by our parents. I suspected. To be honest, I kind of assumed. She had no say in the matter, and that she only tolerates me for the good of our kingdom. I'm sure she still cares about you. No. I can tell by the way she behaves around me. Her hands quiver with rage, and she can't even bear to look at me when I... Yeah, Aye, man. I don't know if I believe that. Damn. Can't believe she even chooses the Crown Prince like that. Like, yeah, there's no... She seems like she's... She seems like she's well-mannered enough and cautious enough to not treat the Crown Prince like that. And even then, that doesn't sound... I don't know. When I'm angry at someone, I can look at them. If I hate someone, I can still look at them. She may be my fiancé, but our marriage is purely political. She endures so much because of her name. I guess you aristocrats have your own share of problems. As it is, I wouldn't say that those problems are as dire as the problems of normal peasantry. But they do. Let's talk about the VAT contents. Dracogen, we spoke with the Inquisition about what they found in the vat. They could only find bone matter belonging to Justin. Well, that, and several metallic shards. What? Can't be right. I know. I was hoping to find some hard evidence to prove my theory. I'll have to find another approach to prove it. No, that's not what I meant. Shouldn't be any solid matter in those vats. Talking about the metallic shards, I just assumed that those were some kind of magical byproduct. No, the refinement process requires that everything in the vat remains a liquid. Solid matter would absorb the liquid's magical energies and taint the entire batch. Those metal shards weren't supposed to be in there. Do you think that they came from the broken pieces of the railing? Possibly. We'll probably want to double check with the commander to make sure. Definitely strange. Let me take a moment to work through all this. Alright, sweet. What Dracogen said, shouldn't have been any solid matter in those vats. I've already confirmed that the bone matter they found came from Justin's body. That leaves another question. How did the metallic shards appear in the vat? Where did those metallic shards come from? Okay, it was thrown into that. It was thrown into the vat. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Whatever the object was, it probably dissolved into the shards that Orm found. That's the thing, though. What should the magical liquid have done to the object? It was destructive enough to reduce an entire human body to a few shards of bone. The vat liquid should have completely destroyed metal object. The object would have been completely destroyed. Shouldn't have found any metal shards in the first place. Right. Did find them. How do you explain that? How was the magic object destroyed? Did something happen that prevented the metal object from being fully destroyed? Yeah, the vat liquid was neutralized shortly after. Yeah. Master and Morrison reported the accident. The workers immediately neutralized the liquid's magic. They did this to attempt to save Justin, but would have also stopped the liquid from destroying anything else within the vat. So that's why we found those metal shards. Whatever that metal object was, it was only partially destroyed. This means that it fell into the vat around the same time that Justin fell into the vat. If it fell a while before the accident, it would have dissolved completely, right? And if it fell after the accident, it wouldn't have dissolved at all, right? Furthermore, whatever that object was probably as large as Justin. Okay. If this metal object has something to do with this, it probably does. Maybe they were holding it when they fell in. I'm not sure. Definitely possible. Take a closer look at the metallic shards that Commander White found. Those might help us identify the second victim. The person even exists. Wow. Move back up to the walkway then. What's up, Orm? Right away, you mentioned that you found several metallic shards in the vat. Do you mind if we take a look at them? Sure. Just don't get any bright ideas about taking anything. You also want to avoid touching them with your bare hands. The liquid is neutralized, but it definitely ain't good for your skin. Commander motions to one of the Inquisition Knights. After a few moments, he brings back a large barrel filled with metallic shards. What? There were that many? What would have possibly fallen into the vat? Well, I guess we should get started. He spent some time closely inspecting the metallic shards with Celeste. Shards are only the size of small rocks, and it's difficult to find any discerning features. We just have a bunch of metal pebbles. Any luck on your end? No, I haven't found... Celeste? I think I found something. I'm not exactly sure what it is, though. Celeste pulls out a metallic shard with some sort of engraving on it. Like the other shards, this one looks far less damaged. The engraving on it looks like some sort of crest. That's the crest of House Von Sanctus. Isn't he the noble that's charging Dracogen? Ah. Well, I doubt that Lord Von Sanctus was the second victim. Aster, do you know who would have a house emblem like this? Normally, only the Lord's retainers would have the emblems of his house. Well, I thought that Justin was the one who had it in his possession. Do you think one of Von Sanctus' retainers fell into the vat that night? Definitely possible. But if that did happen, why haven't we heard about it? But Lloyd Von Sanctus would have the resources to keep something like that out of the public eye. The only way to know for sure would be to ask him ourselves. And if we could talk to him, he would never cooperate with us. You glance at the prince. Someone of his station would have no trouble meeting with Lord Von Sanctus. An idea begins to form in your mind. Unless... What is it, Mr. Cuthbert? Aster, do you think you could help us interrogate Lord Von Sanctus? He's gonna say... Really? You need my help? In this instance, it'd be very difficult to speak to him by ourselves. But as the Crown Prince, he'd be much more inclined to speak with you. I don't think he's gonna... I was gonna say, I don't think he'd like that, but... Shit, I guess he's fine with us using him. Of course, I'd be happy to help. Might be overplaying your hand by utilizing Aster this way. You're still wary of the prince, especially since he's one of the few mages at the scene. Will this really work, though? Not ideal, but it's the only lead we have so far. Still bothers you. Why haven't you found any bone matter from a second person? Maybe you're overthinking it. No! That's important. You should pursue every lead and see where it takes you. And to do that, you need to find out where Lord Von Sanctus is. Alright. Maybe the Von Sanctus Manor? Which, I do not like that. How could you ever live in something like this? This is so... Ugh. And I'm back with my bow. What? I don't know what that is. Oh, that is. More appropriate to call this building a palace rather than a house. Ugh. That smell. Oh, I see. Fair. I should have picked that up. I had family from the UK over, like, recently. Like, I should have... My bad. Never in the manor, you're hit with a very pungent and sour odor. Almost burns the interior of your nostrils every time you inhale. Well, here. So now that you say bottle of water, I'm now realizing that I am thirsty. Look around the manor and don't see anyone nearby. Looks like Lord Von Sanctus isn't home at the moment. Perhaps we should start looking somewhere else. Okay, please, Von Sanctus manor, you attempt to surround, but it best not take such a risk.
Arcanum.
No magic. Square? Oh, there we go. There's Von Sanctus. We mustn't let such idealistic notions throw our nation into chaos. You arrive at the town square and see Lord Von Sanctus speaking to several spectators from a podium. There he is. He must be giving some sort of speech. Do your best to remain hidden from his view while you listen in. Please understand, the actions of the nobility seem callous. However, we only have your best interest at heart, right? This controversy with the Dracogen Trading Company is just one of the many examples. These so-called unions that men like him support may seem appealing, but they only obfuscate and hinder the nobility from protecting the working class. I can speak. Men like Stefanik Dracogen are merely charlatans. They only seek financial gain by strong-arming your true benefactors. True benefactors, what a joke. You know what, yeah, I'm gonna get... I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a quick drink, or a bottle of water. Ooh. And back. With water. Ooh. Ooh. Alright. And there we go. I knew that Von Sanctus was wary of Dracogen.